Bienvenido, welcome to Oni Boi, your favorite hobby tourist. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. You know, I love doing my dailies every single day. I wake up early, work a little bit, make some breakfast, take my daughter to school. I usually go out for a nice walk, but today was an errand day. So we ran some errands, me and my fiance, and then I get to hang out with you guys, which is always a huge highlight for me. And I love this. I love this. Like, I know it's like a very recent change, but I love this new change of like, get up early, get to continue that workflow with you guys. I just think it's so much better, you know? And I want to see those 3 emojis. 1, 2, 3 emojis describing how your day has been, something you're excited about, as I welcome you guys in. Hello, welcome in OG, Mr. Ghost, Ryan, Isabel, Kitty Lewis. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. I know I am. I get to hang out with you guys, and I was working on my game this morning. For anyone who doesn't know, I am working on an action-adventure game, heavily inspired by Caribbean mythology. You go island to island helping people and creatures. If you like Zelda or like Pokemon games, you'll probably be interested in what I'm working on. Ryan, my internet is terrible. No, oh no. It happens. It happens to me a lot. Actually, looking at something, I feel like there's something off, right? The little guys are walking all over the place. Let me fix that for you guys briefly. I did notice Streamlabs it's not welcoming you guys. It's supposed to welcome you. You know, normally Streamlabs is like, hey, welcome in. It's not doing that today. I'm sorry. I mean, I'll welcome you guys right now. Welcome into the stream. I mean, it seems I got one. It just says welcome traveler, but usually it does it in the beginning, but it did it like way later. But okay. All right, so I think we're good, right? I'm like looking at everything. Oh no, I want to move this. I want to move this, guys. These are little chat guys, the chat avatars. I want to move them slightly. They're like slightly, there we go. Eventually, right now, I'm not worried about it. But eventually, I was actually thinking about making like a little cute background for them. And then having them maybe kind of like interact more on the bottom. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that's like the direction I'm going with the little avatars. For now, obviously, I'm not stressing about them. They're just like a nice little bonus thing for you guys, for anyone who wants to participate, play with them. You could do Mr. Ghost, you're in here, so if you want, you could start it off with a battle royale. But this is a doodle stream. You know, will we be continuing doing this doodle that Atlas, the great Atlas, has asked us? Ryan, feeling sick, but you do feel cool though. And you doing some drawings? Wait, hold on, no. So you felt nauseous, but you're okay now. And you're drawing? That's my guess. Hello, Isabel. What are you doing? No, you're just saying hey. So what you up to? You gonna drop in those 3 emojis? You don't have to, but it's like a fun thing. I get to participate with you guys. I get to guess. I'm sick, I believe. I'm just chilling and drawing. Oh, okay. So you feel a little sick, but right now you're just resting and drawing a little bit. I mean, that's wonderful. You know, I think that sounds good. Like that's happened to me too, where like you feel kind of off. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna hang out, maybe do some doodles, because like doodles for me is just like, it's very like therapeutic. It just feels good. Isabel with the boarding, and man, you just like skateboarding and like running around. That's awesome. Man, I am terrible. Like I remember trying skateboarding when I was younger, and it's just not my thing. You know, like it's cool. I do know how to snowboard. Snowboarding's fun. Skateboarding, I don't know, like I tried it a little bit. I never got into it. Like I wasn't very good. My daughter Bingo, she actually wants to get into it, but it's funny, like when she got it, she got her skateboard. She got a skateboard. So she got a skateboard, but the weather wasn't the nicest, so she hasn't been able to do it. Now she can. I should probably bring it up again to her. Oh, and I was able to get a reference, because remember last time I was struggling with what it's gonna look like, you know, and I was like, man, I gotta get like a good reference because I was just struggling. You know, I was like, man, I am struggling with this. Ryan, I'm drawing horrible Pop-Tart flavors on my paint art app. Wait. What do you mean? Oh, just like Pop-Tarts, but they're really bad? And really nice. You're good at skateboarding. That's cool. I have a brother. I have multiple brothers, but like one of them is actually very good skateboarder. Like that's like one of those things when he was younger, he loved doing. He still does it. He's older than me. But he still skateboards, which I think is so cool. I was like, nice, bro. Because I remember like, I remember asking him not that long ago, you still skateboarding? I'm like, yeah, of course. And I was like, that's awesome. That's a good thing that like, he never like gave up on that. Like he still does it. He's like, how old is he now? He's in his, oh man, I think he's like 50 already. Yeah, so like, I think like my brother's already 50 and he still skateboards, which is like, it's kind of crazy to think. Hey, OG, Mr. Ghost. I actually said hey earlier, but I thought you were there, but you probably left and came back. Ryan, like Vaseline, dirty socks, and toothpaste, and other funny stuff. That sounds funny. So what colors are you using for like dirty socks? I'm like that like off green. Is that like, that's the direction I'm thinking you would go with? Kind of go like this, right? Yeah, let's do like the purple, or no. Actually, let's do the darker one. Because I want to like really separate it. So like kind of like this, right? This one's gonna be like this. Then, so the trigger is gonna be like this. Yeah, use green. Yeah, I figured. Something like a lime green. Maybe like add in like little, what is it called? Like little, maybe like brown bits. That'll be interesting. I will start streaming in 30. Nice. Yeah. That sounds good, Mr. Ghost. I use jelly white for Vaseline. I'll be there, Ghost. Yeah, nice. You should. I know you'd be gaming. What game are you playing? The same game as like you? Like you're just playing like any particular game? I'm kind of like looking at this around here, right? It's about here. And then, yeah, like kind of like this going on. And it's got like obviously has like these things. My stream on my server. Wait, am I streaming on my server? No, I'm saying like what game are you playing, Mr. Ghost? Like what game are you gonna play on your stream? You know, because I know sometimes you switch it up. That's what I was asking. Because like, you tend to be a little more varied than me. For the most part, I play the same games. Like, you know, I'll play a game, but then I'll lock it in for like a week or two. On my Minecraft. Oh, on your Minecraft server. I get you. Nice. That's gonna be good. I still have to do that. Like, you know, I have to like probably this weekend. I thought like I said, you know, Bingo and my fiance weren't feeling the best, so we weren't like. She didn't like bring up playing games with me. You know, normally she would be like the one like, hey, we should play Minecraft or something, and then I'll be like, oh, let me fix that Minecraft. Oops, not what I meant to do. But you know, I would have like fixed it or whatever, made a new account. You know, I gotta go online again. Yay, I get you. But no, that's awesome. I will try to catch it. I will see. It really depends. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream. Oh, you know, I usually stream at least an hour. You do stream pretty long though. You know, I usually stream like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, sometimes two if I'm really motivated. It really depends. If I get this like moving, like if I get like a decent length, I might stream longer just because I might want to finish it. You know, I'll see. You know? Yes, I'm going to school next day. Oh, nice. Yeah, because you haven't been going to school because you were not feeling well. So you've just been like, just hanging at home. Something like this, right? It's kind of like this. And that thing's kind of like that. Okay, this is looking significantly better, right? So then like this thing, we got like so the barrel is around this area. It goes kind of like this. And then the barrel's like over here. And it's long. The barrel is pretty long. So like this goes like around here. Like you can tell I don't do like mechanical drawings. Hey, Delirium, can I make a funny Pop-Tart or something? For you, I'm running out of ideas. Oh, a funny Pop-Tart. Okay, so let me think. A funny one. You know what you could do? You could do like a stale popcorn. Stale popcorn is one of those. You know what I'm talking about, Ryan? It's like, it's one of those things because I like popcorn, but stale popcorn is so unsatisfying. When you get one, like, oh nice, there's some popcorn, and you're like, it's super. You could tell it's like a day old, or like a few hours old, because popcorn doesn't last long. It's one of those things that popcorn like tastes. It loses its flavor so fast. It's kind of funny. So I think something like that, stale popcorn would be a funny flavor. Just like when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that's so unsatisfying. You know? Yeah, yes. I want to see that. I did see your crayon guys. Those are really cool. Those are fun. Something like that, and then like this, kind of like that. Obviously, I'm not doing this one. The one that he has, I'm like looking at a different reference of like a, what is this? I don't remember what this is. I think it's like a Colt. It might be a Colt, like a Weston or something. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Something like that. And then this also has another bit underneath. Goes like that. Okay, this is it. Okay, and then this one's kind of like that. Hey, it looks so big, but it works. But you know, like it's supposed to be big. It's supposed to be a huge gun anyways, so it's like, okay. I'm kind of okay with this. It's not like my favorite looking. I think I could probably modify it slightly. I want to like build this up a little bit because I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know, like I want to like kind of like massage this a little bit so it looks like kind of like pop this out a little bit, something like that. And then like, yeah, I guess like this goes like that. Okay, I feel like this is kind of it, like kind of the shape we're going with. Yeah, I'm like looking at it. No, actually, no. It would be like kind of like that. There we go. Okay, I feel like this is it. Like now we could actually advance a little bit. There we go. Yeah, because I was like before, remember I was struggling yesterday. I was like, dude, this gun is getting me because I don't really draw them too much. I've never been like a gun person. Like I do, like I have gone, like I've mentioned, I've gone to like shooting ranges for fun with my friends. But it was never one of those things I'm like, oh yeah, these are so cool. Like that. And then let's do this. There we go. Right? And then actually I'd probably make this way thinner. Like obviously we're gonna make this look way nicer at the end. This is still the rough stage. You know me, I always do the rough stage first. These are words like making sure the lines look right. The stale popcorn thing will literally say frosted stale popcorn naturally flavored. Oh, that would be awful. Like it's just like annoying, awful. Because that's the thing, because you get the smell of popcorn. You're like, nice. I like, for me at least, it's very like satisfying. So then when you have it, you're like, oh man, it's stale. And it just like ruins it. It's like, it's ruined. All right, let's see. No, actually, maybe I might have like done this too big, right? Now that I look at it, I feel like this is way too big. Yeah, like kind of like there, and then right there. Yeah, something like this. This looks better because I gave that like little lip, the little fin or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. The hair. It's kind of like a crosshair, but it's not a crosshair. It has a different name. That was way too big. Like this, like that. There we go. I'm just gonna like, we're just building it out, you know? There we go. We're not going for like making it exact. I just want the feel. Later when we go over it again, that's when we make it look a little better. Because like I'm looking at, these are chunky. I might do them a lot smaller. You know? Like now to look at them, yeah, this is big. This ain't it. Like that ain't it. Let's do like that. Something like that, right? And then this one, this is the one where I'm kind of like iffy on. I'm like looking at it and it looks like you could see it. Like it's, yeah, I'm like, let me zoom in on this thing because I want to look at this properly. Like now I'm like curious. Hold on. Oh, this is very interesting. Like the shape is very interesting. It is like okay. So, I was able to fix some of it, right? In my game, right? Like I was able to get the board underneath the player, but I want the player to float when they're on the board. So I was messing with that. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna put maybe like I was thinking of different ideas, right? One idea I had, I was okay, I'll make like a collider mesh, which is kind of like a 3D model attached to the board. But for some reason, when I attach the board, it no longer works. Like for some reason, anything that is like attached to the player gets like becomes like loses their collision. And I was like, interesting. So I was really messing with that, like different ways of doing that. And it was like, okay, like I could. So that was actually one of the solutions I had. I tried. Before that, I tried to mess with the gravity. But then I was having my characters float into space. And that was really funny too. I kind of wish I was recording it just so I could just like show you guys. That would have been funny. I probably should. I'm gonna probably start doing that from now on. I'm gonna start recording when I'm working, just so I could like make clips out of them, and then you guys could laugh at like me trying to do something and then people laughing, because you know I mentioned I'm not a programmer, so like I very much like struggle through this. You know, I'm like just like going through struggling. I'm like, okay, but like so I had the character floating into the sky. I tried making a collider mesh appear underneath the player. The like not underneath, like a part of the board. So that wasn't working. The next one I'm gonna try after this stream, depending, I might have like lunch, but I might after that. I'm thinking instead, like this is kind of like a weird solution I was thinking of. I was thinking maybe having it at the board, when you activate the board, it kind of like spawns like a gust of wind, because that's what it is. Like thematically, she will be like the player will be riding wind. You're riding wind, and I was thinking, hold up, maybe I could do it where I summon like a little ball, like an invisible ball. You wouldn't see the ball, so it would summon the ball, and then it would kind of like push you up. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Let's see. Cool. I'm working on a different attack. I don't like it when on RPG games, when you do an attack, they just wait. You just have to press that button. Every attack in my game will have some kind of mini game. Yeah, like the game that I'm playing in the evenings, right? That's what I'm saying. I think that game is like a really good game for you, you know, to get ideas. Right? Yeah, that's what I was like. I think that game that I'm playing is like amazing for you. So I'm looking at this kind of like this, right? Here. But no, so I was saying when I get back to this to the engine, I'm thinking of doing that. So every time I have the board, right, here's the board, like pretend here's the board. I will like, it will summon a ball, right? Like imagine I shoots a ball, and then I'll just have it so like the ball will delete itself and then make a new ball every like, I don't know, 0.5 seconds or something. So it's like constantly just like going like bloop, 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 bloop as I move. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of like a pushing against in between the ground and the player. So I think it'll be really interesting. I'm gonna see how it works, if it works how I want it. You are like ghosts. You see this game. Do that. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. That's what I'm saying though. Like you look at it and like, okay, this is like a great example of different things you could do. Because I literally I was mentioning it during this wrong color. During the stream last night. I was like, hey ghost, check this out. I was like, this is literally this is like spot on what you should be doing. Like everything you've mentioned to me, this is like a great example of that. Yeah, like that. No, actually, hold up. How, like I'm looking at this, like now it's gonna bug me. Oh yeah, like this is like super off. Okay, let's see. So the barrel's like right here, right? So I'd want this, wait, something like that. Around here, this is where it would be if I want to be a little more accurate. No, I know, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Ghost. Like that's like the best way of you to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like you should, if you want to make games, right? Realistically, if you want to make games, you got to do a bunch of stuff. You got to play games first of all, of course. You got to do other things that are not games too, to really get ideas and like to be able to think of different ways of doing it. Like for example, like that thing, I'm semi-struggling. I'm not like struggling where I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. It's more like, okay, this isn't working how I want it. You know, I'm like, okay, like reduce the gravity, see what happens. Well, now my character flies into infinity. Like, okay, that didn't work the way I wanted. Let me think. And then I'm like, okay, maybe when I attach like a ball, like an invisible ball to my object. Well, that doesn't work. That just clips through the ground. I'm like, okay. And then now my new idea is like, well, maybe I treat the board as like a gun or like a blaster, right? So I'm like constantly summoning or like shooting something that pushes against my character. So that's the new idea I'm thinking of. Hopefully that works. You know what I mean? But that's like the fun. I do get the appeal of programming. I'm not a programmer. Like I've never mentioned that I am. I consider myself more of a designer. You know, because I'm not very good at programming. It's not my skill set. That is probably one of the things I would want most if I had someone help me. I'd want a programmer. You know, like that's like the number one thing for me. I'm like, oh, if I can get someone to help me, woo, get that programmer on my team. Wait, something like that, right? It would be like this. Yeah, this is about it. And then like this. This would be like this. Now that I look at it. Oni Boi, just getting more and more interesting in my game every stream. No, I mean, like, well, I mean, that's I love talking to people about their games. Like, I feel like that's such a fun part, you know, because like you're when you're creating a world, right? What you're doing is you're inviting people into this world that you're creating. That's why I'm so excited about my game. Like, I want people to see my game. I want people to be a part of Ori's, you know? I want to like to be able to share that. Now let's see, like this now. Yeah, I want it like a little block here. I don't want it to be so square. But I think that's like such a fun part of that. It's not just playing the game. You're creating a world, you know what I mean? Like this is a whole world you're creating when you make a game. It's similar to movies, like when you make a movie or a show, but the added feature with games is that now you're not just making something that you watch. You're making an experience that people are gonna like live through. Probably one of the better games I've ever played. Like I would say as like an experience, not like the funnest game. I would say just as an experience has to be Journey. I feel like anyone who wants to make games should play the game Journey. I don't know if have you played that one, Mr. Ghost? Journey? It's an older game. It's not like it is 3D. So it's not like super old, but it came out a while ago. I highly, highly recommend that game. Like, that's one of those games I would say, like, if you're gonna make a game, you gotta try it. You gotta try it at least once. It's super short. It's like an hour, maybe two. I think at most it's 3 hours. That's like if you're really, really wandering around taking your time. Like, you're just not like, you're not in a hurry to complete it. Like, if you're in a hurry, you could do it like an hour. You could probably beat the whole thing, 1 hour. But if you take your time, like 3, it's pretty slow. It's like pretty short. But I would highly recommend that game. Beautiful game. It is very nice. I made the pose for Delirium Stall. Yes. Yeah, no worries, Ryan. I'll definitely check that out after. Or in a bit. I can check it out in a bit. I don't mind stopping during these kind of streams. You know what I mean? These streams are like, I don't mind stopping a little bit. There's like a thing here. And then this part. I'm like looking at this. I made it kind of wonky. I'm like, I feel like this has got to go up. So this does like this. And then this is like over here. Okay, this is a lot better. I'm so happy you make them so soon. Yeah. So like after I'm done with this, this stream, will, you know, the next one will be a dev stream. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I have, when I think about it, these are so much better for me also because of energy wise. Because at the end of the day, I want to relax. You know what I mean? I've like, you know, I got up, like I said, I get up early. Right now, so I get up, like today, for example, I got up around 3:30, you know, so I get up like at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. Usually I'll do some stuff for the office or I'll work on my game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to switch more into the dev stuff. You know what I mean, Mr. Ghost? I'm gonna see, because like right now I'm like kind of like doing like behind the scenes stuff a little bit. And if I could do that, I will be able, like sooner than later. I'm probably gonna set it where it's like Monday, Wednesday, like Friday. It's gonna be it's gonna be like dev streams. And then like Tuesday, Thursday will be doodle streams. I'm thinking I might go into that direction with these. Who's gonna, oh, let's see. You doing the battle? Nice. But yeah, like I'm saying, like, because like usually the evenings are just so different, like mentally, for me. That's why like, I decided to switch it up. Oh no, I'm looking at this. This is off. Yeah, I'm like looking at this. His arm looks weird. No. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this. Hey Atlas, welcome in. I'm just like adjusting, because I've adjusted this character a bit from the original pose. Let's see, I'm gonna move these down. Or actually, I don't really need these right now. Let's just hide these. So I think it's gonna be like that, then go back to this. Okay. Right? Actually, let's go to this one. I'm gonna adjust this. Nice. I guess I won. I eventually, when I figured that out, like obviously it's not like a high importance, right? But eventually I will be fixing that so that the gold actually means something. Right now the gold means nothing. You know, you could have like 1 million gold, you can't do anything with it. The whole point of the gold is to be able to activate things. You know what I mean? So like if you guys want to do a dance party, you'd be able to do like Avatar's dance, or everyone, or I think it's like mass dance or something. What happened? Oh, you're talking to Ghost. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Do this. Nice. Okay, there we go. Scooch these over. Yeah, because I was looking at it. It was the pose. I didn't realize that the pose of the gun that I put was a different, like it was a different pose from the original doodle. You know? So I was like, okay, whatever. So let's continue doodling. But no, like I was mentioning earlier, right? So yeah, like I eventually, what I want to do when I get more, like when I could do this more, I would like to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday would be dev streams, right? And then Tuesday, Thursday would be doodle streams with you guys. You know, that's like the direction I want to go with this. So it's less doodling because I do, like, you know, I mentioned before, you know, the 631, you know, because the gaming is fun. Like, that's why I switched up the channels. The gaming channels is separate and it doesn't take as much time for me to game. You know, it's more of like a downtime. Yeah, have a wonderful stream, OG Mr. Ghost. And I think Ryan, yeah, I think you said you were going to join in, right? You're going to play with him? Which is cool if you do. Yeah, have a wonderful day, Ryan, if you're going to go join him too. I'm going to continue here doodling for a while. I still like maybe like an hour. I'm going to be here doodling. So I'll be just hanging out. I think like this? Yeah, something like that. And then let's do kind of like that. And then he has like multiple bands on these arms, right? I'm probably gonna make them thicker. They're like super thin. Like this is still the doodle face, so I don't mind having a little thicker. You know, for like the doodle phase, I like it very like messy. You know, we're not trying to make this too fancy. It's funny because technically this is a no. What I'm doing, like now that I look at it, I'm gonna fix it. Let's do it. This is what you're supposed to do. You know, you're supposed to, when you have a gun or whatever, you're not supposed to have your finger in the trigger unless you're firing it. So realistically, I would have to have it like out here. Yeah, that's the more realistic. You're supposed to have it on the outside, like leaning on the outside of it, of the ring or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. You know me. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And I feel like he's looking okay. What do you guys think? Let's see. Yeah, that's not looking bad. Okay, now let's actually do the real layer. Yeah, have a wonderful stream. So now let's actually do the nicer, slightly nicer version. Let's go into like 12. I think 12 is like a good number, at least for me. I feel like it's a good pen with. I know I break the rule. You're not supposed to, but I always like to. No, that's a terrible. There we go. That's a lot better. Nope. Okay, that looked nice. No. Nope. Man, I feel like there we go. Oh, that was like spot on. Okay, no, I was gonna say I feel like those the anime, what is it, the hat one where like the apprentice, where they're like learning how to do circles. I don't know if any of you guys watch anime. I think some of you guys do, but like there's an anime where there's like this witch apprentice and she's learning how to do sigils and they literally have to practice circles. There's like a whole thing about it where she's like, how do you guys do the circles so good? And then she finds out it's because they've been practicing for like constantly, and they also like do it in the air. They're like this and then they'll actually do it. And I was like, that's funny. I mean, it's true. I guess I'd be okay doing sigils if that's how it is. You just practice doing like doodles. No, that looks terrible. Yeah, there we go. Trivia question. Do you like physical drawing or digital drawing more? Probably physical. If I'm being 100% honest, I like the feel, the tactile feel. I remember forever ago, I bought one of those screens. It's like a screen you put over your Wacom, and it's supposed to, in quotations, give the feel of paper, but it does not. It didn't. I was like, no, this doesn't feel right. So I took it off. I took it off, and like I don't mind it being like slippery, but I like the feel on paper. Paper just feels better for me. Just like, I don't know if you've noticed, like, I don't know if you've drawn on like a Wacom or something. It's like plastic, right? So like it slides across and it doesn't feel like, you don't get the friction. Where like with paper, you actually have like a little bit of a friction, and I kind of like that more. Wait, what happened? Can you? Oh, okay. Wait. I guess physical. I'll write physical. Let's see. Physical. There we go. Were you able to get it? Physical. All right. There you go. Physical is just like the better option for me. I wonder why it's lag. It's not laggy on my end. I checked it. Yeah, because like I checked it. Like it must be your internet is just really slow. Because I checked earlier when you said it, and I was like, well, it doesn't sound bad. You know, like let me check again just to make like double check if it is just your internet or if it's mine as well. Let's see. Save that. Let's see. All right, I just want to make sure because you did say that it was a little iffy, so I want to make sure. Okay, where is? Okay, hold up. There I am. I want to just like. Yeah, have a wonderful day, Ryan. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my internet sounds okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure since you said it was a little buggy, and I was like, well, I know I checked earlier, but let me triple check, you know? All right, let's continue working on this guy. I do, like I said, I like this design. He's such a fun character. Nope. There, well, there we go. That's a little better. It's still not like ideal. It still feels a little off, but I'm not gonna like stress about it. Actually, what was he like that? I'm like looking at it now. Let's go back. Let's go up. I want to look at his jaw. It's just like a, actually, yeah, it doesn't have much to the jaw. Like now that I look at it, he does have like this thing going on. But like it doesn't show anything unique about it. I think it just goes across. You know? Okay, that's like, I don't mind it. And then let's do this. There we go, I like that. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of this, like a little, just because like I want like kind of like a socket to it. No, I don't like that. No, that's okay. And then now let's do the hat. No. It's funny because like for a robot, he's got a lot of smooth lines, right? Well, actually, that makes sense. A lot of robots do have smooth lines. I like this is rough because it's obviously the fur he's wearing. But the actual robot character, the Bandit, he's actually pretty smooth. Yeah, there we go. Nope, that ain't it. There we go. That's a lot better. But yeah, I'm thinking in the near future, I will probably switch it to Monday, Wednesday, Fridays locked in for dev days. And then like the doodle days will be a little more spread. But I think when I do that, I want to make sure that I can do a doodle per stream. You know what I mean? I want it to be like more like, oh, okay, we are doing a full doodle. So I'd want to be there like an hour, like at least like 2-3 hours per stream when I get to do that. So that's why I'm not switching yet. It is like a near future idea I have for it. Just because like I want to be able to finish each one. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I know I went back like really far just because like I realized I didn't like that one. Let's do something like this. Like this is allowed to be a little messy. I like it when it's messy. It just looks nicer for me. It's funny because like for coloring, it actually doesn't help to be messy, just because it's a lot easier to color when it is like nice and straight. Yeah, I don't like that one. It's funny because I added that before, but now I looked at it. It's like, you know, I wasn't buying it. Now the second time around, I just realized something. I had moved these. These were supposed to be on the bottom. Actually, I'm gonna do something funny. Well, I know because like a lot of people had gone. I'm gonna do this. Let's add in a few of these. I just want to add a few. It doesn't really like affect anything, but I'm able to if I want, and I do. I want to have fun with these little guys. Here, let's add in like a few of these on the bottom. There we go. And let's continue doing the doodles. I just thought it'd be like fun just to add it in. Yeah, like, okay, let's see, continue. There we go. Because I know Mr. Ghost, which I appreciate very much. He left for stream, so he can't do like the battle royale and stuff. Yeah, see, right? There we go. Hey, I'm like looking at this. I'm like, okay, that's like, it would be like that. It would be kind of like off to the side like this. Yeah, I'm like looking at this, the build I'm giving him. I didn't like that. Hold on. Let's fix that. And then, is that it? I'm like looking at it. It's like kind of okay. There we go. That feels better. It just feels a lot better now. And then there, okay, that added to it. Like, believe it or not, that little line that I added a lot to it. A lot to the design. So let's do this. I feel like it shouldn't be in the middle. Or maybe we should put it in the middle. You know, maybe we should. I should put it more in the middle. No. Something like that. Well, there we go. And then we should, well, he doesn't actually have the belt lines, because it's one of those like the belts where like the middle part is in it. You know what I'm talking about, in the metal. But I do want to like rough it up a little bit. I feel like it's too clean. You know, I'm gonna mess it all up later. Just like when I look at this guy, I'm like, he looks so clean for being a bandit. I made him too clean, and like I know like he's like a robot, but still, he should be a little more roughed up. You know? So let's do like that. Yeah, this is like, okay, this is already so much better. Just feel like it adds life to him. Let's do this. No. There we go. And then let's do, yeah, I'm gonna like build up. I'm gonna like, let's continue going down this direction. No, hold up, like this. And then like, there we go. That's it. And then let's do kind of like this into that. And then let's do that. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, this is like exactly what I wanted. And then let's do kind of like, actually, I kind of want to like tatter it up a little bit more. The bottom, I feel like it'll be super tattered. Right? I feel like that's one of those things that would be tattered just because like he is like a bandit, a gunslinger, etc. I know it's probably something I use a lot whenever you see when I do drawings. I tend to mess up the edges a lot more than most people. Just because like I feel like it adds to it. Like if they're warriors, you know, these people are like fighters, warriors or whatnot. They're not gonna have like nice kept clothes. You know? Like it makes no sense. So I always like adding that. You know, let's do something like that. It adds a little bit to it. Like it's kind of messed up. You see like the over there. Let's add one of there. And then this is rolled up, right? I think these are just rolled up sleeves. Let me double check. Yeah, they're rolled up. They're rolled up. What is this? I mean, I'm like making a weird mix between the two, if I'm being honest. You know, it's not like a one for one on any particular character. It's not like version 1 or version 2. Hey, Gamer Plushie, welcome in. Right now, we're continuing working on the Bandit from, was it Risk of Rain 2? This was suggested by Atlas, if I remember correctly. Atlas was here earlier, but he had to leave. How's your day going? You know, I did ask earlier about the 3 emojis. You don't need to add it in, like, unless if you want to. I do think it's very fun when people throw in those 3 emojis for me. Flopix just saying, hey, spending time with my friends. Hope the drawing goes well. Aw, thank you so much, Flopix. I seriously appreciate that. Hope you're having a wonderful day with your friends. Let's see. But yeah, it's going good. The drawing is going really well. I do feel like I was able to get past that little minor hurdle we were having yesterday with the gun. It's still comically large. That's okay. I don't mind that. I think it's fun that it's comically large gun. You know? But we'll continue doing this. So let's do, I think we're down here. I want to go down this direction now. Yeah. Let's do the legs, like the pants. Kind of like this. Yeah, there we go. And then let's do kind of like that. There we go. And then like kind of like this. Should I? I'm like kind of like, well, no, like I'm gonna add like some texture to it later. But I was just like thinking, should I like beat this up a little bit? Like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, I almost thought, for a moment, I thought these were gonna be pants. They're not pants. These are cuffs on the boots. I forgot. These are cuffs on the boots. These are boot cuffs, not rolled up pants. It doesn't make sense that they be rolled up pants. You know, like I thought of it. I was like, wait, hold up. These are not what I originally thought. And something like that. He actually, well, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna like stress about that. You know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this needs to be here. Not really. Oh, actually, looking at this now, I'm gonna change that. I don't know why I made it so popped out. Like, yes, pants can look like that, but I feel like it's unnecessary. You know? So let's do this and add that. There we go. I'm like, kind of like this. I feel like I might have added too much, but I'm not like stressing about it either. No, I don't like that one. Okay. So let's continue down into these cuffs. The boot cuffs. There we go. Yeah, I'm like looking at it. I'm like, yeah, I think this is okay. Let's continue this. So this is an interesting boot, if I remember. I want to slide these over just because I'm looking at them now. These are just off. Like everything is off about these boots. Right? So let's just slide these over just slightly. It's not like super far, but I'm like looking at them like these are off. What'd I do? Whatever. I'm not gonna stress about that. It's the white underneath. But let's do this next. And then slide these over slightly as well. About, yeah, that's it. That's it. It's such like a minimal thing, but it looks so much better now that I moved it. What I select? This is what I selected, didn't I? Huh? Okay, yeah, I fixed it. Let me lock that in. I want to make sure that the background does not move, does not get adjusted again. There we go. Back at it. All right, let's back at it again. I probably won't be finishing today. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, I'll probably finish the line work. We'll do the line work, and then tomorrow I'll do the coloring. I'll probably do all the coloring tomorrow. I think that'll be like the best option, because I'm looking at the time. I'm like, well, do I really want to keep going at this? Like, I could, but I also know a lot of you guys are not actively participating, or like whatever. I know I got lurkers and stuff, which is nice. I do like lurkers, but I do feel like a lot of people like the actual interacting. Nope. Here we go. Right, and I don't want like also to like do the whole thing without people interacting really. So like this. There we go, like this. That's what I like. Now I want to square this off a little bit more. Right, I'm like thinking I should square it. Nope. That's okay. No. And no. I'm like not sure about this one. You know, I'm like looking at it. I'm like not liking that, but I'm not gonna like stress about it either. Still, I guess that's kind of it. It's just like, I know like the angle is very odd, so it would look like this. It's just, I don't like it visually. You know, visually, I don't like the angle of the boots, but it's just the boots are very simple and they don't have like too many things going on to give the distinction, not like tennis shoes or something with the laces where you'd have like the laces. Yeah, it doesn't have it. So I would just have to deal with it looking kind of like off to me. But I know that's how it is. It will look like that. I remember a friend of mine years ago in art school. They were telling me how they did not like drawing shoes like frontwards. And I was like, oh my God, I know what you mean. It just, because it looks weird. It doesn't look right. Because like they're not long enough to have like a lot of perspective. You know, so they just look odd. When you have a shoe that's facing straight at you, it looks weird. Like that. Like that. There we go. Actually, I would love to see in the comments, anyone who watches this, what is something you love drawing? You know, what do you love drawing? I love drawing characters, especially like monsters, like creatures. Creatures are my favorite. For sure, creatures are my favorite. Least, the thing I like the least. I'm putting in like both. So let's say like the thing you like the most for me is creatures. Second, like, or the one I like the least, probably backgrounds. I'm not a big background person. I've thought about it. Like when someone was asking me the other day, I think it was Zoro or Vortex. It's also named as like Roronora Vortex. They asked me to do a background. I was like, sure, that's fine. But I it's not one of those things I do. You know what I mean? I'll do it because I have done it. But it's not like one of those things I would like, oh, I want to draw a background. It's usually something like, oh, I guess I should add a background or something. You know, it's always like a second thought. It's not like the main thing I think of, which I know a lot of people, I've met people who are like, oh no, I love drawing backgrounds. I'm like, really? Like, oh yeah, it's so satisfying. Like, I get it. It's its own character. You're making the background. You're telling a story. You're telling about this place. I get the appeal. It's just not mine. It's not my appeal. You know? So I'm like, yeah, it's okay. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that. You could draw it all you want. No, that looks odd. Because like now that I look at it, this one, they would be similar, right? I'd want them to be rolled up similar manners. I'm like looking at it. Kind of like this. Yeah, because I rolled it up a bit. No, actually, no, it was fine before. Now, like not like fine completely, but like more down here. Yeah, that's what it is. It was a wrong angle I gave it. That's it. That's it. That's like literally what I was looking for. Like this. It's got like the glove, the cool guy glove. You know what I'm talking about? The one, the fingerless glove. He is a bandit. Bandits are kind of like cool guys, I guess. I mean, they're like, you know, they're like usually criminals. But I think this one, his name is Bandit, but I don't think he's actually supposed to be a bandit. Since like the whole game, I did check it out. I haven't played it, but I did check it out. Risk of Rain is like a roguelike where you go around, you have to like collect stuff, you try to get to the end as long. I think there is an ending, I believe, but you're supposed to try to make it to it. You just collect stuff like gold or ammo or whatever. Yeah, something like this. He's got like the hand. Oh, I didn't look into this guy's hand or this guy's gun, the rifle. Well, I guess I could look at the one that he has here, right? I think you could tell. You could tell a lot of it, right? It's got like this shape. Okay, we could do it. I'm not gonna like stress about it. I should probably make it bigger or something so I can look at it. So it's, I don't know, it's obvious I'm gonna make my kind of my own, but I do want to steal a little bit of it. Like I like the shape. A little bit more like this. Well, no, hold it. It would be like that. Nope. There we go. No, I don't like that. That's it. That's the one I wanted. Right? And then so he's got that in hand, right? I'm like looking at it. So we can make it where it's kind of like this. I kind of like want to modify it a little bit. Just so it works a little better. Yeah, something like that. I think that's gonna look nice. There we go. And then this part, interesting. I'm like looking at it. So it kind of like around here. So he'd still be able to reach it, obviously. It'd be easy to reach. But I'm like looking at it. It looks more like this. You know, we could do something like this. It's a little longer. He's got like a longer shape than the other one. You see what I mean? It's like more of an oval shape than the other one, than the revolver. Something like this, and then like hide it in here. So yeah, I think like this kind of works. And then this kind of curls around into, yeah, hold up. Like I'm not a big fan of tangents. There we go. That's a fun thing if you can make up your own gun or whatever, your own blaster. That's a tangent, but whatever. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And then what does the barrel look like? It's very different from mine, obviously. We'll get to it. I'm gonna get to. Okay, so it's like it's got like I probably really should have played with it more. Like I didn't really think about it. Okay, I'm gonna move my screen just so I can kind of see it. Huh. Now I'm gonna make it bigger, I guess. Yeah, because I want this one bigger than it is on than it is here. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna yeah. I don't really need the other one. So let's grab that. Make that a lot bigger. Right? That's kind of what I want to do. There we go. That's like exactly what I want. Yeah, so it looks significantly bigger on the screen, just so it could actually like take advantage of the size it has. So then let's continue doing that. Like I said, I'm gonna like stream for a bit more, not like super long, but we'll see. We'll see. How much time do I even have for this? Okay. Actually, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna be back. One moment. I'll still be here, but I'm gonna go real quick. Hey, I'm back. I just had to use the restroom really quick. And I did a little battle royale, just hang out. Or I just like activated the battle royale while I was gone. All right, let's continue. I was doing the rifle, which is such an interesting, I'm looking at it. I did it very basic on this version, right? Which let's see what I do with that. How I'm gonna use that. So this version, it has this one on the top, which is fine. That works. It's this one. Well, it has the one on the bottom. It's the middle piece. It does have another one down like the middle. Yeah, it's kind of like this look to it. It goes like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, okay. It's very interesting. It's obviously a space rifle. It's all like futuristic-y or whatever. You know? Let's do something like that. There we go. And then add that one over here. That's like spot on. And then one more, and then I could just do the rest of it without Oh no, I messed up. I should have done the middle one too. This is like literally the equivalent of using a ruler. You know what I mean? Like it's funny because it's like a joke that artists never use rulers, like how they're intended. But like digital artists will do these. You know, they'll actually use this. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to erase this. And then I'm gonna like, just to make it a little slightly more interesting. I think that's kind of like, it adds to it, right? I know it barely did anything, but I actually think it did add to it slightly. Even if it's like the slightest bit, it added. Let's do that and then go into the rifle. Right? Add this. Yeah, I'm like looking at it. Yeah, we're good. Nope. Nope. Yeah. No, I don't like that. Because like, I do want him to like, not square, but I want him to have like a little bit of more of a bulkiness to him. You know what I mean? And like, there we go. I'm not like sold on this. What I did here. Let's do like that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's about it. And then let's go into, I'm like looking at it. Yeah, let's do this one for now. He's kind of like this. I don't know if you can tell the shape. I'm doing like this shape for the fingers. Right? This is kind of the shape I do for fingers. Or if they're like sometimes like, and the other, this is like the top view, right? This is top. And then like my side view, I'll do more like this. This is like a side. You know, this is like the direction I do for side views. So it looks, so this is like this and then this goes like that. I know like some people do that, like some people do it different ways, which it doesn't really matter. It's to each their own style. It's just like, that's just how I do it. That's the direction I go with. And it works for me. I feel like it looks appealing for my eyes. Which is funny, like I said, when I was younger, I used to be obsessed with trying to go more realistic, and I would be like, I would just not like my art. Constantly, like, no, I don't like this. This looks bad, and I'd throw away my art. I used to throw it away. Not anymore. I keep it. Now I try to keep it. He doesn't have nails. What am I doing? He's a robot. This guy's a robot. What am I doing? You're like this. No. There we go. Like, it's okay. And then he does, I think he has something here, right? He's got like, you can't really tell too much, but I think he does have like a socket kind of thing going on. You know, he's got like a socket going. And then obviously, you know, we do at the end, I'm not there yet, but you know, I like doing the little outline to everything. Okay, and then, yes. So this kind of like leads into this. Yes, this is it, this is it. And then this goes like that. Do like this. I do want it so you could tell. You know, so you could actually tell that it is in here. There is like a little bit of depth in here. It's not much, but you could tell. Like the lines are a little bit, there we go. And then the finger on the outside. And then you wouldn't be able to tell. Maybe the top one, actually, thinking about it, you would be able to see that. Just a little bit. You'd be able to tell that there is a little bit of little like a in between. Yeah, there we go. Nope, I didn't like that line, not at all. And then kind of like that. Feel like the angle, I realized it. It wasn't the right angle that I had. And keep that going. Look at that. We're almost done with the outline. No. I'll do that. Yeah, okay. And then this one goes like that. Then we'll do the lines, you know, with like the straight edge. Straight edge, another straight edge, then that one into that. Perfect. Like that one's supposed to be like slightly off. Yeah, see, like it's got like a little bit of not sure about that now that I look at it. There we go. I think that's gonna be better. Yeah, that just felt better after I did it. There we go. And then, no. I'm like, no, that doesn't feel right. Let's do, well, I'm like contemplating. Do I want that? I actually kind of, yeah, I'm okay with that. Then this one is like that. This one goes here. That one goes there. And then this kind of goes like that. And then these are going to be interesting, right? So we got like these. They have like these like effects to it or whatever. Oh no, this part would be like a more of an oval. Right? Something like that. I'm not like too stressed about it. And then these, do you want the, I kind of do. I kind of like that. The effect when you see that, when they do that. It's not like needed, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the look of it. I know not all of them have it, but I think it's nice when you do see it on a revolver. I think that has like a nice appeal to it. I'm like contemplating because because I know I didn't do like an amazing job on these. Did I just make them all the way through? Maybe. Oh, I could just do that and then just have it. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Ew. Yeah, that's gonna be the better. And then do these, do like that, or no, this is humongous. Let's do that like a 6. Perfect. There we go. And like that, like that, like that. Hey, that's it. Right? Yeah, I'm like looking at this. Actually, we could do, I have a better idea. It will do like this, like the rounded edges. Oh, that looks better, I feel. Right? I think that like it adds to it in like a unique way that doesn't like ruin it. Okay, and then now let's do this one. Like around here, and then keep that around there. Nope. Well, no, that looks off. There we go. And then let's do that one. Now I'm like kind of like guesstimating. It'll be like more over here now that I look at it. Right? Like before it was like all over the place. Now I look at it, I'm like, it's pretty off. Like I was just kind of like I just wanted the feel before. Now I'm like, okay, now let's actually try to make it look semi-decent. So around, now, it's gonna be like around here. And then this one. Like, the more I look at it, the worse it is. No, I'll hold the axis changes. I'm gonna change it. Let's go back, go back, go back, go back. The lines we had before were so off. You know, like, let's redo these. Now that, like, we're here. Let's do this. So this is the middle. Yeah, this is not even close. Oh, that's like a neat trick if anyone doesn't know. You could do this, right? You want to find out where the middle is? You go like that. That's the middle. So even if you do one of these, you're like, where's the middle? You could do it the same way. There's the middle. See, isn't that like an easy way to figure it out, where the middle is? So if like you ever want to figure out where the middle is, you just do that. It is pretty simple to figure out. Like, I usually don't, because like I said, I usually do things more freehand. You know, but if you are doing something like this, like it's a revolver, I do feel like I need to put a little bit more effort in trying to make it a little more accurate. You see? We're like, here's the middles, the middle of the middle, you know? So we're able to split that up into 4 parts. In that looks significantly more even now. Now that we've gotten that down, and now I could just do like this. Or here, let's not do it like, it's funny, I do it all like not neat, and then when I actually get to it, I do it all messy. That'd be hilarious. No, let's fix that. So like around here, around there, around here, around there, and then let's, oh, this one also needs to connect. There we go. Oh, man. I was gonna say, like, I didn't like hate it. There we go. And then now let's do this. The last bit. Nope. Right there. Yeah, that looks oh, that looks so much better now. Is that all? No, now, you know what I want to do? I want to add some textures and the outline. So let's do a little bit of textures and then the outline. Or actually, let's do the outline first. Now that I look at it. Yeah, let's do the outline. Do the outline. I know I started like a weird spot to do the outline, but whatever. I'm not gonna like stress about that. Also, I feel like the outline, I made it too thick. I usually do thicker either way, but it's like this, like that. And then let's go into, right? There we go. Look at that. This is like, I know you're probably like, well, it doesn't look that different. I know it's different for me. You know, it is like a minor difference, but I do like the thickness on the outside. And believe it or not, it does help with the coloring later, which I probably will just throw out like a basic color in the end before I end the stream, before I wrap it up. Yeah, look at that. We're just like flying through now. You know, we're just like, right? I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind it being a little freehandish. Just feels like it does add flavor to it. I know some people, they're like, no, I don't like it. I like want it all perfect. They use the pen tool instead of the brush. I use the brush. Exclusive brush. No, don't like that. Because I know the pen tool does make things look perfect. It's good for like illustration, not illustrations, but it's like really good for like logos. If you're gonna do a logo, then yeah, you need to use the pen tool. But for what I'm doing, where I'm doing like fun sketches and stuff, nah, I don't need it. You know, we don't need it. I actually want to erase this one a little bit, just like kind of like falsify the edge. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of like faking it. There we go. See, I like that. We're kind of like, you can tell that it's like it's coming at you. It's a minor effect, but it works. It really does. And then that, see, look at that. That's why we do it. Sometimes I look at it, like, well, that's not connected. To the inside, just so we get that done. Do that. We'll also get underneath, in between the arms. You see, like there's like a little hole here. I will do the outline there too, just to make sure. Hey, look at that. This is looking so much better. And I like doing it in like parts that are like overlap, that are like not really part of each other. I do like adding that. Just like to give a little more emphasis on them. We'll go over it either way. I am still doing the outer line. There we go. And also one thing, a lot of people, you can't see it because, you know, obviously I have a avatar. Yeah, like, yes, I have my little hand, like, you know, Oni Boi or Ghost Head doing all the doodles. But in real life, I do try to draw with my arm. So if you're wondering why draw with your arm, because a lot of people will draw with their fingers or their wrists. Because you'll see the character, like, the character will kind of like draws more with his wrist. That's not true. I actually try to lock in my arm and wrist. So I try to move up. So when I draw, I try to keep the whole thing together. There we go. Let's go over here. I will do that line in a moment. I just trying to get over here first. These like little lines, you know. And then here come, nope. Did not like that at all. Do I want to redo that? It's a little wobbly in the end. Yeah, I'm gonna redo that one. I'm gonna make it like smaller, just so I could do. How does that feel? That feels okay, actually. I don't mind that. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And then let's do back to about 15. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do like this, these. Yeah, because I want, like, there's like an emphasis on the gun, like the separation of the gun and him. I should probably do that in the hand too, now that I think about it. Because I didn't do it enough. Like, there is a separation, obviously, you could tell. But some areas I feel like are way more obvious than others that they're separated. Yeah, now that looks way more separated than before. There you go. Jump into this. Yeah, okay. And we will be going back into the hand. I'm just going on this side. I just felt like it. No particular reason, if you're curious. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go over here. Little detour. And then we'll go into the hand in a moment. Maybe it's, I want to end at the hand. You know, I kind of like the hand. So I want to feel like ending at it would be nice. We'll go back. We'll go back. It's not done. Kind of like that, but at the same time, I was like, nah, let's do it over here. You know? So let's do, I'm like going like both sides, just so like I meet at the bottom. Since I am like kind of like scooching along. There we go. This awful foot that I don't like. I don't like it. I just don't. I'm like looking at it. I really don't. I don't care for it. And like this, obviously that needs a little separation. Yep. Like this, like I don't want to go, I'm not gonna go like all the way. I might actually on this side, the outside, but the inside I kind of want to leave it where like it leads into it. Sometimes I'll do that, like I'll do like it is overlapping, like you can see it's like there's like a separation, like this one's a lot thicker, so you can tell that they're separate. But when I get closer to where they connect, I tend to leave it, and it visually, for me at least, it gives like these parts are separate or whatever, but these parts are usually like touching. Nope, no, I don't like that. I do want these to, you know, like they are separate. This is on top. This is definitely separate, right? And then these are like, I want them like, you can tell they're separated, but I want some of them like this one, I want very separate. So you know, this is like a part, like not like touching him. And then let's do this, just like a little more emphasis on the head. Right? There we go. Look at that. Oh, I like this guy. He's looking cool. I feel like he's looking cool. Now let's go in to the last bit. The revolver, the famous revolver. Right, I say the famous revolver just because like it took me the longest to figure out how to do it. You know? It's not like it's like that difficult of a thing. It just like it took me a bit to figure it out. And like other people I know, like they love drawing revolvers and stuff. So it's like kind of funny. It is like a preference. It's like I want to see in the comments. I want to see those preferences. What is your preference? What do you like drawing the most? What do you like drawing the least? I love drawing creatures, and I'm not a big fan of drawing backgrounds. You know? It's just one of those things that doesn't call my attention. There we go. Look at that. And then like this. Yeah, look at that. There we go. And then probably gonna do kind of like this thing to it, just so you can know that there is like a separation to it. Yeah, I kind of like that. Then let's go over here. These are actually really thick lines, so I probably didn't even need to add anything to those, to the outer lines. There we go. And then over here. There we go. And then like the bottom side. And then I do want to add a little bit of, what's it? Maybe like a little bit, not like full on. Let's do like a 6. Just so you do know it does go through. There we go. Oh yeah, oh wow, that looks, I feel like I like that. Now let's scuff it up all of it a little bit, just a little bit. I want to scuff it up. So we scuffed up his jacket a little bit. I actually feel like the scuffing of the jacket's okay. This is one of the things I want to scuff up for sure. Because like, there's no way this would not be scuffed up. You know, like the barrel, or not the barrel, the butt of the gun for sure is scuffed up. That's like one of those things, like they're using this 24/7. There's no way. So let's do, I'm thinking like, right, well, maybe, I think he probably would, right? He probably would scuff up this part too, a bit. Oh, actually, you know what? The hat. I'll do the hat in a moment, but let me get over here first. The hands, probably a little bit. He is like a robot, right? For sure this thing, this one is gonna get scuffed up a bit. Actually, hold up. I was thinking like right now, maybe like swirl it, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you've seen the inside of a barrel. Sometimes they do swirl. Don't recommend looking at one, but sometimes they do. They'll have that pattern. Let's do like a few scuff marks. Right? Just a few. Not a lot. It's like those like micro scuffs. Like they're not like actual scuffs. They're more like, oh, okay, like they dropped it or something. They dropped the gun or something. Whatever. Especially if it's like a bandit or whatever. He's supposed to be a bandit. And then let's mess with his face just a little bit. I want to do like a little bit scuffs. He's been probably hitting his face a few times. He looks the type. I'm like looking out the hat. The hat. It'll be funny actually if like the hat is like pristine, just because he's never let anyone touch his hat. I feel even then his hat would, unless that was like a major point of the character. It's like, no, his hat is pristine. No one's ever touched it. That's like the only way I could imagine that being okay. Let's do like this, something like these. And the boots, of course, the boots need to get scuffed up a bunch, right? We need to scuff these up. So like that, like this. Okay, I think this is we've scuffed it up enough. Now let's do the, what's it called? The coloring. That's what I want. I was like, what's it called? What's the thing? I just want to do the flats. You know, we're not gonna actually color it for reals. All we're doing is the flats. I'm like, look, there should be, oh, these. I was like, I know there should be holes. There we go. And now let's invert this. Invert it. Let's grab this one. And it doesn't really matter what color I pick. Let's just go with this orangey color. But now let's go back. Let's go over the orange. And we have little spots we could fix. Right? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Right, little holes that we can fill up or erase, I guess. Not really fill up, it's the opposite. Like looking at it. Let's see. Technically I would like that, but you can't even tell. You know? Can't really tell between there. But I think we're good. And I think we're gonna continue this tomorrow, right? Oh, you know what I want to do just for funsies? We're not gonna it's not gonna like change anything because we're not using these colors. But I thought of something fun. I want to do, there we go. Nope. Hold up. I just thought like I want to do something fun. Obviously, we're not keeping this. Don't worry. I just wanted to do this just so we have like a start. You know, like just so we start with this. So we when we open it tomorrow, like, hey, it doesn't look too bad. But I think that's it. We're gonna wrap it up here, and I guess I'll do the wrapping up that I always do. Thank you so much, OG Mr. Ghost, Flopix, Gamer Plushie. Thank you so much, Ryan. The Great Atlas, and that it? Oh, there's also Isabel. Thank you so much, Isabel Kitty Lewis. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It is always a pleasure. Let me actually double check. Let me check on the Twitch. Did anyone say anything in particular? No, but also thank you guys. Like, thank you so much, all the lurkers too. Please like, subscribe, do that, all that awesome stuff that helps me out with the stream. See you all next time. Goodbye.